Hello students, this module we are going to see on exercise 13.3 of NCERT. These are the questions on Bayes theorem or law of total probability. In previous module where I have used a board, I have explained up to this third question. Now I will go onwards, this question number 4 onwards. In answering a question on a multiple choice test, a student either knows the answer or guesses. Let 3 upon 4 be the probability that he knows the answer and 1 upon 4 be the probability that he guesses. Assuming that a student who guesses at the answer will be correct with probability 1 by 4, what is the probability that a student knows the answer given that he answered it correctly? I have explained that whenever we are given some information, we have to first draw the tree diagram. Okay, now how it helps? Let's see if it's question number 4. What we are doing actually, we have to find the probability. What is the probability that the student knows the answer given that he answered it correctly? Means we are talking about correct answer. The main theme is correct answer. Now this can be given in 2 conditions. We have to shortlist. Maximum time you will find 2 or more conditions. Correct answer depends on 2 conditions. Student knows the answer and second is student guesses the answer. These 2 only, they are taken as events. Okay, 2 or more. These may be more than 2 also, but these will be taken as events. Further, we have to discuss about their results. If a student knows the answer, then obviously if knows the answer, then for sure the answer would be correct. Only one option is there, it's correct. Correct answer. And there are 100% chances that a student knows the answer, means he will put correct answer. If he does not know and guesses the answer, then there are 2 options: incorrect or correct. Okay, so basically this correct answer is the target of a question, or we can say this is answering a question. Because why am I writing? Because this may confuse between these 2. So better you write here answering a question. This correct one has come at last. This way actually we will understand it very well. I say, this is the language. I say, this is first level, this is second level, this is third level of the tree diagram. So when we have to find the probability either of second level or this third level. First level is the beginning main theme of the question. So when we have to find the probability of third level, so that is law of total probability. When we have to find the probability of either of these second level, then this is Bayes theorem. Now we will see once again. So here we are giving 3 upon 4 is the probability that he knows the answer. So this at level 2, these must be considered to be events. So this will be even. This we have to consider as E2. We are given that probability of even, that is probability that a student knows the answer, is 3 upon 4. And 1 upon 4 be the probability that he guesses. So probability of event E2, this becomes 1 upon 4. You must know one more thing, that sum of all the events we are defining at level 2 means, maybe as repeatedly I am speaking, you may get 2 or more events in this case, in this level 2. So the sum of all these probabilities will be equal to 1. Always you should check 3 upon 4, 1 upon 4, sum will be 1. Assuming that a student who guesses the answer will be correct with probability 1 upon 4. Means here in this case, when a student guesses the answer, so for being correct, the probability is given 1 upon 4. And now this probability we are not given. We are not given anything about this type of correct answer when he knows the answer. Reason? Because if he knows the answer for sure, the probability will be 100% means 1. So here we have to focus on correct answer, probability of correct answer. This can be expanded by the law of total probability. As recently I was speaking, when we discuss about the probability at this level, third level, then we apply law of total probability. Correct answer belongs to two events, so this will be probability of correct answer. First of all, in the case even, so we write here probability of even by the law of total probability multiplied by probability of correct answer in the case of event number 1 plus probability of E2 and probability of correct answer in the case of event E2. Now, in this case, when even, we are given 3 upon 4 into correct answer upon even, that is correct answer in the case of even. So we have to put direct probability of correct answer in this category, it is 1 plus probability of E2 event, it is 1 upon 4 into correct answer probability, we are given as 1 upon 4. Now question still remains as it is. What we have to apply finally, total probability or Bayes theorem. Now for that we have to see the last statement. What is the probability that the student knows the answer? So we have to find the probability of student knows the answer. So here in this condition, student knows the answer is an event. I hope you get it now. We have to find the event probability of some event. That means this is the equation of Bayes theorem. Okay, not of the correct answer. And when we need to find the probability of one of these events, then always you will be given one of these conditions. Written that given that he answered it correctly, means given means it is already occurred. So correct answer has already occurred. This probability has already occurred. If it was the equation of total probabilities, then this would have been the final answer, but not so, because this is total probability application for correct answer. We will go ahead using Bayes theorem. Using Bayes theorem, we can expand the idea. What is required? Probability of student knows the answer. So this in symbolic language we will write probability of even when correct answer is already occurred is equal to, now this is the first term which favors even, so this will be written in numerator divided by this total probability of correct answer. This will give you final answer as from numerator 3 upon 4, from denominator 13 upon 16, and solving we will get 12 by 13 as final answer. I hope you get it. We will go ahead with more equations from the same exercise to make it very clear. Next we are going to take question number 5 of this exercise. A lab test, blood test, is 99% effective in detecting a certain disease when it is in fact present. However, the test also yields a false positive result for 0.5% of the healthy person tested. That is, if a healthy person is tested, then with probability 0.005, this 0.5% means 0.5 divided by 100, so we get 0.005. With this probability, the test will imply he has the disease. If 0.1% of the population actually has the disease, what is the probability that a person has the disease, given that his test result is positive? Maybe very confusing, but I tell you how to plot it. Plotting the tree. First, experiment. Experiment is testing or lab test of the population, testing a population. This is experiment. First thing, we don't find its probability. Now probabilities can be obtained of this condition. I see there are two categories. We are told that 0.1% of the population actually has the disease. So we have to write here two categories. These are clearly seen in first statement only. People actually having disease, or you can make it more particular. In place of people you write person, so that this will match with the language given in this word problem. And second will be person with no disease, or a simple short, very sweet short statement can be written as healthy person. Okay, depends. Healthy person. So clearly we are given that 0.1% of the population actually has the disease. So as I said, when we categorize the experiment, right after the experiment we have two categories. So each will be event. So this is E1 and second one is E2. Okay. We are given actually having disease, the probability is 0.1%. So later on we'll think of it. Now these two types of persons when tested, if we are having two results. This may show positive and negative. Positive result, negative result, or very transparent condition. Positive means it shows the person has disease, and negative means it shows that person does not have disease. Simply we have to write the same cases here. These are conditions, these are the conclusions, positive and negative. In each event we will find two types of conditions. By the way, lab test is 99% effective in detecting a certain disease when it is in fact present. Means we are talking about person with disease, this one. So 99% effective means we are given the probability of being positive. Okay. However, the test also yields a false positive result for 0.5% of the healthy person. Means this is the category of healthy person. Here it shows positive is 0.5% probability. We are also given that 0.1% of the population, this one, actually has the disease. So we are having P1. We can write here only P of even. Probability of even is 0.1% actually having disease. Okay. To indicate, we can put here 0.1%. Obviously 0.1 out of 100. So you should subtract to get the probability of this E2. Now this is not mentioned. Subtract 0.1 from 100. You will get 99.9%. So probability of E2 is 99.9%. Now we can shortlist here the information as P of even and P of E2. 99.9%. Okay. Further, we need to think of whether Bayes theorem or total probability question. Now we have to see the last statement. What is the probability that a person has the disease? Person has the disease. Again, we have to find the probability of even. So as I have already said, in this condition, such condition, these cases, whenever we are finding the probability of events, it is Bayes theorem. When we are finding the probability of these conclusions, it is total probability. Yes, every time we have to find, this will be required actually, this is the part of Bayes theorem, that we have to find the probability of these conclusions. Okay, but main target is to find the probability of even, given that his test result in positive. Means we are given that result is positive. Negative has nothing to do in this question. We are focusing on one conclusion, positive. So probability of positive result. Now this again depends on two events. So this much what I do of finding this conclusions probability, this is total probability, law of total probability. Test will be positive. So probability of positive test. So we will write here probability of positive test. First of all, even into probability of positive test in the case of even. Means when even occurs. Probability of E2 into probability of positive test in the case when E2 occurs. Now we have to write here even as 0.1%, means 0.1 upon 100 into positive test in this category. What is even? Don't forget, even is here already written. Positive test we are given 99% plus E2. Its probability is 99.9% into positive test, positive result actually is 0.5 upon 100, simply using Bayes theorem. Now we have got it that we require the probability of events. Which event? We need even. Student, not resident. This is the next question. No? Question number 5. Person has actually the disease. This one. Bayes theorem. Okay. So probability of even when given that test shows positive result. So this belongs to first term. So first term we put here into 99 upon 100 upon this sum will be written in denominator. So this way if you do, all equations will look similar. Interpretation becomes very easy. This 100 in denominator 2 times everywhere we find, so will be common from numerator denominator and will be cancelled out. Let me calculate and then let me put the answer. Now here I calculated it completely, cancellation of those 2 terms of 100, and then this I got 9.9, and I actually found fraction, okay, and after completion I see it is 22 by 133. So this will help you out. I hope you get it. We will see the next question now. Next we are going to see question number 6. There are 3 coins. One is a 2-headed coin having head on both faces. Completely biased coin. This is known as completely biased coin. Whatever you see, whenever you toss, you will get head only. Okay. 2-headed coin. Another is a biased coin that comes up head 75% of the time. This is given the probability of head comes up 75%, means 3 upon 4. When we toss the coin, then there are 3 upon 4 chances. 3 upon 4 is the probability that head will come up, and 1 upon 4 of the tail. Okay, now this coin is biased. Maybe this metal is disturbed, or somehow this coin, it is not the actual one by weight or by shape, etc. Okay. And the third is an unbiased coin. Unbiased means this is the genuine coin we use. 3 types of coins are there. One of the 3 coins is chosen at random and tossed. It shows heads. What is the probability that it was the 2-headed coin? Now one of the coin is chosen. We are not given which coin was chosen. We need to find a probability that it was 2-headed coin. Now let us design, let us plot it first. So what we do here, experiment. First thing, experiment, tossing a coin. This you can write just for information. Okay, this is experiment. This we have 3 options. We have 3 options. We can toss 2-headed coin. 2-headed coin. Here, second one, we can have biased coin. Simply we will write biased coin, but no need to write 75% probability of head. Later on we will discuss it. Okay, and third one is unbiased coin, the true one. Unbiased coin. I am confident here. So far you have understood these 3 are events now. Now we are given a question on 3 events. So this will be taken as even. Here E2, E3. Okay. Now every time we will get 2 results. 2-headed coin. So we have head and head only. Okay. So it means 100% head. Here we have head and tail. Here we have again 2 results, head and tail. Now this is obvious. When unbiased coin is tossed, the probability of head will be 1 upon 2. Now in this question you can see, and in previous questions also, when we talk about conclusion, only one will be selected. We focus on one. Like in previous case it was positive and negative results Okay, so negative was avoided. The full focus was on positive results. Here we have this question where we will discuss only had. So in this second case, 75% is given the probability of head. That's why I did not write it here. So this can be written as 3/4 as the probability of head. Now here it is 100%, means 1 we can say. By the way, let us write it properly this time. Even is selecting how to write in exam and presentation. Selecting two-headed coin, E2, selection of biased coin, E3, selection of unbiased coin. Okay, and we are given probability as probability of even. Now you can see the equation once again. There are 3 coins, one is two-headed coin, another is biased coin that comes up heads 75% time, unbiased. One of the 3 coins random and tossed, it shows head. What is the probability that it was two-headed coin? We are not given anything about the probability of even E2, E3. What to do? Keep in mind, whenever we don't have any probability given of the events, they are equally likely. It's given random. One coin is chosen at random, means they are equally likely. So P of even, probability of E2, probability of E3, each will be 1/3. This theory should be kept in mind. Whenever there are n events and they are equally likely, means they are having equal probability of occurrence, then each, there are n events, then each will have the probability as 1/n. If there are 3, so 1/3. If there are 4, 1/4, and so on we do. Okay, let's come back to the question now. Here we need to find the probability that it was two-headed coin. Two-headed coin means we are talking about again the probability of even. Okay, we need to find the probability of even. So this is sure, it is a Bayes theorem question. Okay, also we are given that it shows head, not mentioned as given, it shows head. So we are given that head comes up. So probability of head, first of all we will find in 3 cases. First case will be of even multiplied by probability of head with even, probability of E2 with head in the case of E2, plus probability of E3 with head in the case of E3. So this can be shortlisted as even 1/3. Head in the case of even, it is 1/3 again. In the case of E2 it is 3/4, and third case it is 1/3 into 1/2. So that's why required probability, we need to find the probability that it was two-headed coin, means probability of even in the case when head already has come up. Okay, so in this condition we will write which one? First term up, 1/3 into 1 upon 1/3 into 1 1/3 into 3/4 plus 1/3 into 1/2, which is equal to, after solving, let me write, with solving we get 4/9. Here we are getting 1/3 and 3 cancelled out. Here we will get 1/6. So 1/3 plus 1/4 plus 1/6, this sum is 9/12. So finally we are having 4/9 as the required probability. Let's see the next question which is given here. Now we will talk about question number 7. An insurance company insured 2,000 scooter drivers, 4,000 car drivers, 6,000 truck drivers. Again 3 categories are given, so it is a hint that 3 events may be there. The probability of an accident are 0.01, 0.03, 0.15 respectively. Respectively means accident in the case of scooter is 0.01, in the case of car it is 0.03, in the case of truck it is 0.15. One of the insured person meets with an accident. Okay, unwanted happenings. Okay, what is the probability that he is a scooter driver? We need to find. Okay, So let's plan it out. Here, what is the experiment? It starts with insurance of a vehicle. Basically not experiment, but we can see the discussing what theme we are discussing here. Insurance of a vehicle. So three types of vehicles are there. Even it is scooter. E2 we are given car. E3 we are given truck. Okay, numbers also are given. The total scooters, they were 2000. So complete statement for even will be insuring a scooter. E2 is insuring a car and it is insuring a truck. Okay. Now what this question is a bit different. We are simply given that one thing is common. A person can meet accident whether it's a scooter or car or truck, but a person can meet an accident. Okay, so accident is common in all three in the given according to the given theory. As generally I write in two cases, no, every time. Here nothing is there. Simple one conclusion: accident. We have to focus. Okay, so let me write the number. Scooter we are having total 2000. Car we are having 4000 drivers and truck insured are 6000 drivers. Their sum is 6, 4, 10 to 12. Okay. Sum of these drivers, this is 12,000. This will be helpful to find the probability of even E2, E3. Let's find it out. Probability of even is 2000 out of 12,000. So it comes 1 by 6. Probability of E2, this is 4000 upon 12,000 is 1 by 3, and probability of E3, this will be 6000 upon 12,000, this is 1 by 2. So you can see sum of all these will be 1 for sure, because these only are making the whole theory. By the way, probability of an accident or a person meets an accident, this may be first, suppose it is a scooter, probability of even. Now accident with the scooter, we are given the probability also. Okay, so probability of, I am writing A as an accident in the case of a scooter, plus probability of E2. Now accident in the case of E2 means car, plus probability of E3. Now accident in the case of E3. So we shortlist, we have even as 1 upon 6. We are told 0.01 being accident in first case, 1 upon 3 into 0.03 plus 1 upon 2 into 0.15. We need to find the probability that it was accident and probability that he is a scooter driver. Scooter driver here belongs to even, means we need to find the probability of even. So for sure it is Bayes theorem once again. So we can write probability of a scooter if accident has already occurred. Okay, so according to this even term means 1 upon 6 into 0.01 will be taken in numerator and rest is sum in denominator. 1 by 6 into 0.01 plus 1 by 3 into 0.03 plus 1 by 2 into 0.15. Now let me evaluate. After the full calculation, I have obtained here 1 upon 52 as the required probability of being a scooter when the person meets with an accident. So I hope this much you have understood. Let's say take one more question from the same exercise. Next we will take question number 10 here, which I see is completely different from the rest questions. Suppose a girl throws a die. If she gets a 5 or 6, she tosses a coin 3 times. Means this is followed. This 5 or 6 result is followed by tossing the coin 3 times and notes the number of heads. If she gets 1, 2, 3, 4, means other category other than 5 or 6, she tosses a coin only once, and notes whether a head or a tail is obtained. Now we are given that she obtained exactly one head. What is the probability that she threw 1, 2, 3, 4 with the die? So we can plot it like this. Experiment, I will not say that. Now next we are taking question number 10. Completely different question, that's why I am selecting. Suppose a girl throws a die. If she gets a 5 or 6, she tosses a coin 3 times and notes the number of heads. If she gets 1, 2, 3 or 4 other category, she tosses coin only once and notes whether head or tail is obtained. If she obtained exactly one head, what is the probability that she threw 1, 2, 3, 4 with the die? So experiment, we can't say actually that it is an experiment main, but it's theme we are discussing. First step, she throws a die. Now there are 2 categories. Obviously they are even and E2. She, we can say, or we can say girl gets 1, 2, 3, 4. E2, we can write she gets 5 or 6. Now we are told that when 5, 6 she gets, because she tosses the coin 3 times, it's followed by the event she tosses. Experiment, this experiment again is done. She tosses a coin 3 times. So associated corresponding sample space will be there are 8 outcomes whenever we discuss 3 times tossing a coin. And when she gets 1, 2, 3, 4, she tosses it 1 time only. Okay, so obviously 2 results are there, heads and tails. Now in every time we have one condition which is common in all the events. Here we have to focus on exactly one head, and in general when I explain, I consider this event as A. Okay, as so we can say either you can denote it by H, or we can say A, which is a common condition in both of them, that finally she gets exactly one head. This is given. She obtained exactly one head. So this is the different one. In other cases it was clearly it could be clearly interpreted, but not here. Okay, and now we think of probability of even. These are 4 outcomes of 6, so we can say this will be 4 by 6 means 2 by 3, and probability of E2, it is 2 by 6 means 1 by 3, the sum is 1. Okay, now she gets exactly one head. So in the case when it is even occurs, conditional probability of A means exactly one head in the case of even, so it is simply 1 by 2, only one head. And probability of A by E2, conditional probability of A in the case of E2, so it is 1, 2, 3, so 3 out of 8. So that's why the total probability, using total probability we can find the probability of one head, probability of even, conditional probability of A on even, then probability of E2, then conditional of A on E2. We have even as 2 by 3 followed by 1 by 2, then 1 by 3 followed by 3 by 8. Now question is asking, it's given that she got exactly one head, means A is given, and we need to find that she threw probability of this event, that she threw 1, 2, 3, 4 with the die in the beginning. So we will directly write using Bayes theorem, probability of A1 on the condition of A, even on the condition of A. First term belongs to even, so 2 upon 3 into 1 by 2, and rest is sum below. And this when we solve, here we get 3 to 3 cancelled out, 2 and 2 cancelled out, 8 3s are 24, here 2 and 2 cancelled out, 1 by 3 upon this is 8 and 3, 11 upon 24, 3 8s are 8 upon 11 is the required probability. So I hope you understand very well. These questions are helpful to you. Rest of the questions you try to solve based on these. Thank you. That's all.